Hey y'all. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of Ephesians chapter 5. Y'all kind of cannot believe we got one more chapter and it's over. So the chapter context. Chapter 5 contains a very practical second half of the book of Ephesians. Chapter 4 encouraged Christians not to live as unbelievers do, but worthy of the gift that we have been given. Chapter 5 gives even more direct application of these principles. Paul details impure attitudes and habits which Christians ought to put aside. He then details the proper approach to marriage rooted in a Christian understanding of the gospel. This style of advice will continue through chapter 6. Paul's advice will culminate in a famous analogy about applying Christian principles to all life using the symbolism of a suit of armor. Now that's going to be good. Okay, so let's get into chapter 5 breakdown part 1. So chapter 5 covers two important themes: obedience to the example of Christ and the relationship between husbands and wives. First, Paul discusses how believers are to be imitators of God through a focus on the love demonstrated by Christ. Ephesians 5:1-21. Second, wives and husbands are given clear biblical teachings regarding mutual love and submission in relationship to Christ. Ephesians 5:22-33. The first section, Ephesians 5:1-21, encourages believers to imitate God like loving children. Ephesians 5:1. Sexual impurity is not to be known among believers. Ephesians 5:3. The same is true of foolish talk. Ephesians 5:4. Non-believers are marked by a persistent pattern of these behaviors. Ephesians 5:5. Believers are not to be deceived by lies. Ephesians 5:6. I just know I heard something. And must not be partners with those who deceive. Ephesians 5:7. Yes, believers once lived in this way, but are no longer walking in darkness. Ephesians 5:8. Believers are to find out what pleases God. Come on, Paul. Ephesians 5:10. Believers should take no part in sin, but rather expose sin. Ephesians 5:11. This does not require us to be vulgar or offensive in discussing sinful acts. Ephesians 5:12. Period. Paul then quotes from what was likely part of an early Christian song in verse 14. He encourages believers to walk with wisdom. Ephesians